Welcome to the World Karate Federation's The Decade's Best Chapter 5, and a chance once more to revisit the 2010 World Championships in Belgrade in Serbia. Our program today features the Male Team Kumite event, the blue ribbon, some people may say, of the Kumite events. To bring that back to life, I'm joined today with two former world champions, David Benatello from Italy and double world champion Douglas Bruce from Brazil. Hello chaps, how you doing?
Hi Billy.
Hello everyone.
Nice to see you, Douglas.
Hi Billy, hi Davide. Very nice to see you too.
Well, we're going to get straight into the action here back in 2010 in Belgrade. And the team lineup is the all-important issue going into any bout. And we have Azerbaijan wearing the blue colours coming out first, holding hands as a tradition that they have, led by their captain. And they are up against the home favourites, Serbia. Packed house back in 2010, some 10,000 spectators in the arena. Now the teams don't know what the lineup is going to be before they step onto the tatami. And even once they're up there, they may move along the line until it's time to have the referees check their identity against their name and their accreditation. Once that's done, and number one in the team lineup would be farthest away from the referee. Once that's happened, they cannot then change that fighting order anymore. Now, Davide, if I could come to you first on this, please, because I know that you have been a major key part of the national team for Italy in the team event. How important is the lineup, and how do you determine who's going to fight first?
This is a nice question, Billy. You have to be lucky, I have to say. Usually number 1, 3 and 5 are the strongest fighter in the team, usually. But the coach tactic could change everything. So the lineup, the numbers is very, very important, but the champions make the competition on tatami, so it's always a big surprise.
Well, champions are indeed the right phrase, because coming out first of all, wearing the red colours for Serbia, is Dejan Umisovic, and he's up against Azerbaijan's Amal Aghayev. Umisovic had already won the individual plus 80 category as a fighter in this championship, and is straight on the front foot. Douglas, if I can ask you, you're one of the lighter weights, so lightweights still compete in the team events, absolutely. What is your favoured position fighting for the team on those occasions you have done so for Brazil? Yes. For many times I fight in the Kumite team and still fighting, especially in the Pan American level, also in the World Championship I fight. And usually I fight in position number 3 or number 4. So especially my old coach, they prefer to starting with athletes a little bit more heavy than me. So it's my position usually was 3 or number 3 or 4. As Davide mentioned earlier, all positions in the team event obviously are very important, but number 3 can often be that pressurized position to bring back the match if the team is losing, to start to kind of reset if that is the situation. And Davide, what was your preferred position to fight in the team?
Look, to be honest, I prefer to be number 1 or number 3, but usually I was number 5th, so it's not a problem. It was not a problem in any case. But you know what is the difficulty in team competition for big guy like I was over 80 kilo, as you know my category. So when you fight with fast people, with speedy people, between 70 and 75, they have less target than you, and they are usually more fast than you. So this is the problem. You have more weight, but they are faster. So it's complicated for heavyweight to fight against 75 kilograms. So this is also very important for the coach. Try to don't do this mistake in the team, to don't crash with very fast people. Just to tell you, because Douglas will not say, Douglas is a good competitor with heavyweight kilo, because he has a little target and is very fast. So it's very complicated. For me, it could be very complicated if I could be in good shape to fight against Douglas.
Yeah, for many years I fight in the Kumite team, and it was always against heavyweight guys, and it was it's a big problem for me as well, because the distance is a little bit different, and if you check in this at that time in 2010, the rules are a little bit different for today, so they can throw with both hands and can do it different things. So today it's a little bit more, maybe a little bit more saving for the lightweight, but at that time was very complicated. Yes.
Very much so. And whether you are fighting in any position on that tatami, the pressure is on. I mentioned at the beginning, it's a kind of, some people may feel that the team event is a blue ribbon event, because there's an added special pressure and honor to represent your team. And I think to be able to compete, to be part of the team, and if you were lucky enough to go on to win major titles, the World Championship, for example, the national team would have to demonstrate strength in depth, wouldn't it, Davide? So that you are, if you win an individual bout, that's fantastic. If you win an individual title, that's wonderful. But to have a national team that can represent strength in depth is really difficult to achieve, isn't it, Davide?
Look, to represent your country is always a big honor for every athlete, and to win good medals with the team, let in your body something different for the life. Unfortunately, in my career I didn't have so many medals in World Kumite, but I got one bronze medal in my last competition with national team, and to have a bronze medal in Monterrey 2004, I remember, with my team was really a big honor for me. So it's always a big pleasure to win with the team, because you are protected by the team and you protect the team with your fights. So it's always a great experience.
Here we see on the tatami the Aghayev from another world champion in Slobodan Bitovic. He's now up against Shahin Atamov of Azerbaijan as they get back onto the area. I'd just like to mention the referee in this bout, Robbie Smith from New Zealand, who's sadly no longer with us. And he was a fantastic referee, very fair, great sense of dignity around the man, and sadly missed by lots of people. So the position we have at the moment, the first bout has gone to Azerbaijan. That was a 4-0 win in Dejan Umisevic. And now we are in the second bout. 2 minutes 24 seconds have gone of that bout, and a lot of pressure now on Atamov from Azerbaijan, wearing the blue colours, to try and bring his team back into it. What sort of advice would you be looking to give in this situation? If I could come to you, Douglas, please. When your team is behind by one bout, how do you feel about trying to bring him back into the match?
Yeah, I was thinking about this, because a good beginner, a good start it's very important for the Kumite team. So the Serbian guy, they start to win 4-0 first match, and this is for Serbian team, or if you start winning, it's very important. It's another feeling for the team. But at the same time, the second position of the other team that come in this way, they should to have a great spirit, because team is about the spirit. Of course, it's about technique, it's about everything. But if you can bring your spirit back, if you can bring your spirit, you can. I think you can change this these results. So I think it's very important for the second one, because go after you lose the first match, it's very important to bring your spirit and in trust in your team, because there are 4 more fights, and this is it's very tactical in one Kumite team.
Thank you, Douglas. Davide, could I just ask, we talked about positioning and lineup, etc. What was your favourite position to fight? Not in the team, but as a team member or as an individual? What was your preference?
Look, individual is always individuals. You win your medals, and you are the world champion, the European champion, the games champion. So I love to win my medal as individual, but I love also to win medal with the team. And as I told you, Billy, and to win with the team, if you have a good spirit with the team, everything will remain for life. And when you will meet your partner during the next career, you will remember the medals that you won with the team, and the medals with the team have different flowers, have like something different inside you, because you have a team, you have friends back to you, and is a very, very strong feeling.
Wonderful. We've just seen a really good Sanbon score, because in 2010 it was Ippon, Wazari and Sanbon, 6 points for each of those. So you now have a 3-2 lead for Slobodan Vitovic of Serbia. He went down at the early part of the bout, but he's now leading with that Ippon, or that Sanbon score as it was then, 3 points to 2. With just 7 seconds left of the bout to go, this will mean that Serbia will go ahead. Now, in those days as well, it was an interesting situation, because there could be a contact, and in this case the referee has recommended an exaggeration and a penalty, so an additional point is now added. We talked about this in the previous chapter the other day, and I'd like to get Douglas's view on the situation now, where you have no longer to have points given away for penalties. Do you think that's a better situation, Douglas?
Yes. I think it's now when they changed the rules for to don't give points for the penalties. I think was in this situation was a great changing in the rules, because there are many athletes who are winning or are losing by penalties, not by points. But at that time, it was part of the strategy. So you should to know how to use the rules and take advantage of this. But I think now it's much more fair with these new rules about to not give points with not new rules, but change rules. And I think this was a good changing, because it's much more fair for athletes.
Thank you for that. Now, we are in the third bout, and we have Serbia leading on the first 2 matches. 4-0 they took the first bout, 4-2 in the second. And this is that key stage of the bout where Aghayev, representing Azerbaijan in blue, has got to, he must win for the situation to have a chance of Azerbaijan coming back in. And he's up against Dmitry Vukovic in the red colours for Serbia. And a very, very experienced fighter, as he was then, and certainly as he became later. Azerbaijan putting their key player in the middle of that bout, in that tough position. And the other day, again, the heavyweight fighting the lighter weight. This is going out against someone like Aghayev. What would your thoughts be if you were on that tatami with him at that time?
Look, to fight against Aghayev is never easy. It's very difficult, and also Aghayev in that period was a 70 kilo and very, very fast also, And as I told you, fast competitor with small target. So for heavyweight kilo or a tall guy has this one is very difficult. The only possibility is to use long distance, but Rafael in this case is very good to cut the distance, to come in the distance very quickly. So it's very difficult. I would not be the number 3 in this match.
You see, he's come in at speed. He has been hit in the face by Vukovic. And he kind of having just here gesticulating to the referee, have a look at my arm, there's some blood on that. He did take a bit of a knock, but the punch seemed to ride up the face, perhaps at the bottom of the nose, and it could be, even though it may not have looked particularly hard, it could have been really quite painful. But Aghayev is obviously, he's a professional. He wants to try to win the bout as best he can. And he will certainly be putting a lot of pressure on in this closing minute of the bout. And if we can just focus that last minute from your point of view, Davide, what's your thoughts?
Now you have to try your best. This is you have the team back to you. You have to try. Aghayev could do it, because he was already a very big champion at that time. So for he is not a problem. But you know, when you have the tense of the team, sometimes you get crazy. You are not clean in mind to try to get the good results. Now 30 seconds is missing and is 0-0. That could be a good result because it's not a loss. That would mean lost the bouts. But I don't remember the results of this bout, so I'm very curious to follow the last 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, we can see again that Aghayev has taken another knock to the nose. In the meantime, I just mentioned the fact that we've lost Douglas for a brief. Hopefully, we're going to get him back shortly. I'd like to get Douglas's view a little later if we can about that situation. But as we're closing in on this, now we still are in a position where Serbia are leading the first 2 bouts 4-0, 4-2. They desperately need a win here because as soon as a team gets to 3 wins, that's the end of it. There won't be any more opportunity for them. So Azerbaijan, through Rafael Aghayev, must take a win out of this bout if they are looking to come back at all.
Yes. I don't see the results. 0-0, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Hopefully we have Douglas back. Douglas, can I ask you, in this last closing 13 seconds, it's still 0-0. Azerbaijan must win. What would you be doing if you were on that tatami now with just 13 seconds to go?
You should to go. You should one more time. You should to bring your spirit and go because you need to win. And it's very hard in this moment to create some big tactics or big strategy because you don't have too much time. You have time for maybe, if you create too much tactics, you have maybe 1. Yes, but at that time, there are some, points for penalties. So it's was a good strategy.
Yes.
And of course, it's the rules. And if you can apply the rules and you can manage those rules, to get the win at the end of the day, and it's within the rules, that's exactly what you have to do. And that's exactly what Rafael Aghayev has done here. He's taken that all-important win in the first bout, which has brought his team a chance now to come back in. And here we have, coming out number 4 for Azerbaijan is Niyazi Aliyev. An excellent fighter, has to be said. Fantastic fighter. He's up against Milos Vukovic of Serbia, and remember, wearing those red colours. So this is, again, a key point. Now, Azerbaijan must win this. If Serbia can take this win, they will become world champions. And Davide, You're obviously at the World Championships. You saw Italy do it particularly well. You would have been focused on the team events and the like. You've gone on to become the chairman of the Athletes Commission for the World, and some of the athletes that you would have been seeing competing then, and one of them is one of our fellow commentators today. How do you determine how an athlete becomes a member of the Athletes Commission?
Oh, there is an election during the World Senior Championship. We have an election every 2 years. 2 members come in and 2 members go out of the Athletes Commission. And there is an election that is the first 3 days of the World Championship. And after, together with the 2 members of the executive committee, we count the vote. Every athlete can vote registered in the competition, can vote for 2 representatives. And at the end, we have the new elected athletes. And for the second time, last year, we have Douglas and Antonio Diaz for the second time. So we have now a great experience in the Athletes Commission. They are giving a lot of support to the decision taken by also to the Rules Commission, to the Olympic Planning Commission. They are giving advice and the voice of the athletes. And this is very important because also if I am the chairman of the commission, but I'm not anymore in tatami, I can follow very close. I still have some the feeling of a fighter for sure, but they are on tatami in this moment, and I need them to take the best decision together with them to protect the voice of the athletes. We have Douglas, we have Antonio Diaz, we have Vicky Panacedu, that was commentator last week with me. We have Nam Nguyen from Vietnam for Qatar, and we have also Ryo Kyuna in the commission from Japan for Qatar. So all the style, so Kumite in Qatar has a very good representative, and the huge changing in this period came from their experience in the tatami. So I'm very satisfied of our job and also the support of all the executive committee and also from the president, because he is very sensitive in the voice of the athletes.
Thank you very much indeed, Davide, and I have to say congratulations to yourself. You're doing a fantastic job as chairman. No doubt the athletes that you are leading are all very well aware of just how influential you are for the WKF. At the closing stages of this bout, the last 30 seconds, you can see that it is, in fact, Serbia who are leading, and it is a desperate Aghayev who's trying to get himself back into contention for this bout. If Serbia were to win this fourth and final match here, then they will take the world title, and they went into the World Championships as favourites in this bout. I think it's fair to say they were the silver medalists from 2 years prior to this in 2008, and look at the delight on their coach Predrag Tajadinov, who was a world champion as an individual. Yes. What a fantastic fighter he's always been for Serbia, hasn't he? Embracing his team, the job has been done. Dmitry Jerkovic gets a big hug there, and it was the fourth fighter, Milos Vukovic, who overcome Niazi Aghayev to take that all-important fourth bout and the win for Serbia. Great fight, great teams, no doubt, and wonderful experience once more of the 2010 World Championships in Belgrade, Serbia. So we come to the end of the program. Thank you very much indeed to David Benatello and for Douglas Bruce for sharing your experience with us. And until next time, everybody, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Thank you, Billy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.